Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill. I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every chosen vessel to hit that like, hit that share. Don't forget to subscribe. Salute to the GCVs, Drew Nation, and the Galactic family. Let's get right into this thing. Being gaslit with music is crazy, but it happens. That's how you know your enemies have you under close surveillance. Have you ever just went out somewhere and it's like you're just minding your business, and it's like the music that you're hearing is about you, and that's the best way I can explain it. We're gonna get into it, but it feels like the music that they're playing has something to do with you. It's like they're so into you and so into your business that they will even gaslight you with a song. They will use entertainment as warfare against you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They will use entertainment as warfare against you. They will turn a song into gaslighting. They will gaslight you with a song. You think it's just some music playing, right? Da, 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 da. Music. You think it's just some music. They're gaslighting you with the damn song, y'all. And it's wild and crazy. All right, it's wild and crazy, kid. Ooh, wild and crazy, kids. It's wild. It's like, yo, you have that much time on your hands. Like, aren't these people getting paid to work? I legit think there are people in cliques and groups, and this would make sense as to why people are getting paid to harass and stalk others, whether it's at your job, whether it's at somebody else's job. There are people that just for whatever reason, it seems like they could get paid to just do nothing. It's several videos about that specific topic right there. People just getting paid to watch and harass others. So it's like it's not too far fetched to believe that that's real. There are people that all they do is they just get paid to monitor and watch others. And you wonder how they do it. It's because they're in these groups, y'all. They're in some type of Masonic group. They're in some type of legit gang. It's not like gangs we know it, like Latin gangs or black gangs, like Bloods or Crips. It's similar to that, but they attack a mug spiritually. They'll go after. They won't rob you. They won't rob you firsthand. They won't say, "Hey, this is a stick up. Empty out your pockets." They won't do that. But what they'll do is they'll rob you of your peace of mind. They'll rob you of the opportunity to continue to make money at your job. Because it's like after a while, when you get gaslit and they're using covert narcissistic tactics against you, and it's like they're doing it, that stuff pisses you off, and you want some get back because it's like, you get home from work or you get home from the store, you get in your spot, you just be sitting there like, I got through it. I made it through all the stuff that I had to deal with today. It's like you be ready to go back to that place, and you be ready to you be ready to go. This is the best way I could put it without getting myself caught up for saying anything. You be ready to go back to them places and go GTA on them people. You be ready to go GTA on these people, right? So it's not easy having people play with your mind. You don't go to work for that. You go to work to just do your job, put them clothes away, hang them clothes up, ring some people up. All right, you go to work just to do your job, file some papers, sit in your office chair. All right, watch you some Druuill, you know, take care of what you have to take care of at your job. You don't go to work to get gaslit. But there are people that have have unresolved feelings towards you because you make them realize their unresolved issues that they haven't taken the time to fix. So because you make them recognize what's wrong with them, they're going to try to make you feel like it's something wrong with you in the form of psychological abuse. They're going to be playing games with your mind because whoever it is, they may not want you to come back, right? Like my particular case, it was this manager who I could tell liked this girl. And I've talked about this before, but not referencing this particular case. I didn't know how to put this. This took some time. I did not know how I was going to put this one together. I'm like, yo, how can, and this is how they get you, because it's like they do the things they do are so diabolical. You can't even explain it. I mean, they're dumb, but it's like they're not dumb. They're dumb because of what they do. They're not dumb in the sense of lacking intelligence. They lack intelligence, but when it comes to being deceptive and manipulative, they got their little game with them. They got the little, I call it stupid smarts, because it don't get them nowhere. It doesn't do nothing for them. Gets them closer to the devil and pushes them further away from God. They got stupid smarts. I'm smart. I got game. Okay, smart. Okay, game. All right, yo, see you in hell. I mean, well, I won't see you, but yeah, I'll be looking down on you, because you gonna be my footstool. So yeah, them being our footstool, that is hell. So we'll see them in that hell, in the sense of that, them being our footstool. But people will gaslight you with music, and it's like yo, they will gaslight you with the entertainment, and you'll be sitting there just shopping, or you'll be working, or you'll just be trying to whatever you go out to do, and boom, the song comes on, and you're like, you'll just stop and think, and just be like, yo, am I losing it, or is are they doing that aimed towards me? And it bugs you out, because it's like, yo, all these people in the store, what do they care about me for? All these people that work here at this job, why am I the one that's important? All these people that are here, what does it have to do with me specifically? Like, what does it have to do with me? You know? And it's because that they're jealous of you for something. Maybe you upset them. Maybe you pissed them off. All right. Um, maybe they're upset because the life you have. Maybe they're irritated by your spirit because you're irritating their demons. Maybe their girlfriend likes you, or maybe the girl at the job, or maybe the girl at the place where you go to take care of your business likes you. She's real nice to you, and she's supposed to only be nice to the manager because he's um, doing some quid quo pro stuff with her, making her like him for hours, making her be intimate with him for hours, or for more pay, or to work there. A lot of these dude managers be manipulating a lot of these females at these jobs, because that's the only way they know that they could get some cheeks, and that's not cool. I've seen that happen in real time, man. And it's like, I smell skunk. Keep my eyes open. This is nature. All right. Nature is very loving, but sometimes it's unforgiving. And I'm not trying to experience no unforgivable. Y'all, I saw a buck yesterday. I'm not trying to I'm not with the skizunks. Okay. All right. Yo, somebody either having a powwow around here, or some it's a skunk attack or something. Something got sprayed or something. Somebody powwowing. But yeah, this dude, they was I could tell that, and she was like trying to hide it, but you know how people try to hide stuff and they can't hide it. You just be like, you ain't really trying to get into nobody business. Kind of you feel where the person's coming from. You empath, so you're just like, okay, I'll let you get that off. You're not lying to me specifically about anything that concerns me or would harm me. So you know what? Hey, baby girl, it's all good. I can see through it. All right, empath, I can see through it. Discernment, chosen one. Spiritual eye, third eye, open, awaken. I can see through it. But I know that you trying to save face because you don't want me to view you a certain way. I understand, baby girl. You got a situation. You got family. You got kids to take care of. You trying to take care of your situation. I get it. Like people, and this is why it's not good to overthink. All right, men, we overthink too. You know how we overthink. We're like, wow, I can't. I got to take care of this. I got to make sure I provide for my family. I got to make sure I take care of myself. I got to make sure my girl's straight. If she's making sure I'm straight, I gotta make sure we straight. Okay. You might have a kid. You might want to make sure that you're providing. You might have a fear that you're unable to provide or take care of yourself or how things are gonna work out. You know, and a guy might handle that by, you know what, they got this overtime. I'm gonna take care of that. You know what? They got these extra hours. That's me right there. You know what? They got a part-time job for 5 hours a night. Even though I already worked 8 hours today, you know what? I'm gonna take on that 5 hour shift. I gotta take care of mine. I'm gonna work that 8 during the day, then I'm gonna go home, change up, you know, chill, take me a little 15-minute nap, 5 minute nap, and then boom, I'm back out to the races. I gotta go work my little 5 hour shift it's only 5 hours. I'm gonna go knock it out. That's Pampers, that's gas, that's macaroni and cheese, that's whatever. All right, don't be eating no damn cheese now. That's some avocados, that's some kale, that's some spirulina, that's some vitamins, you know, that's some good healthy whole foods, you know. All right, maybe that's some new books, maybe that's some new equipment for you to go follow your dream and produce something, work on something, create something. Maybe it's art supplies, maybe it's new fabrics for you to sew up some clothes, you know, whatever. But that's how a guy would handle it. A girl might handle that a different way. They might put that young lady under pressure to where society is already putting them under pressure to be a certain way, to where now this young lady feel she may have to get intimate or dress a certain way or show a little thigh or show a little extra, you know what I'm saying, cleavage or something to appease her weird wacko manager. And it's like I see these things happen. It's like, oh, okay, that's why she coming to work dressed like that, you know. It's like a waitress coming to work to get them tips, you know. They gotta, you know, dress like they want some tips. But it's like some ladies may be feeling pressured into certain situations because they want to make sure that they taking care of their baby. They want to make sure that they could pay their rent. They want to make sure that they could have those extra hours so they could feed their child, so they could take care of their life, so they could continue to look presentable, maintain their little apartment or maintain the mortgage on their home or whatever it is. They might be a single mom, you know, she might be just trying to make things happen. I get it. But it's not right when managers, narcissistic male managers, take advantage of females in positions like that. You're supposed to help people out the kindness of your heart. You are not supposed to help people because it is something that you done finagled a way into try to use this person without it looking like they're being used. Well, ain't nobody gonna know she needs the hours, so I'm just gonna make it like this, and I'm gonna intimidate her and give her the narcissistic stare when it's certain situations when I see the opportunity for me to get what I want. And because not to go on a long tangent on that, but that's why I was being gaslit at that job, because this dude was trying to hold that girl in one of them type of positions, and he saw that if she was to talk to me, she was going to get broken out of it. And that's why people don't like that. You don't think these people notice these things? You don't think people see that you're the chosen one, that you could save somebody with your advice, with your aura, with your energy, all right, with your good vibes? They know that you could change things just by your presence alone. People want to be better. People look at you and change their whole mood up. You be standing in line to buy some stuff and people be saying, God bless you. How's that? When does that occur? Since when has that occurred? It occurred since you got there. But like, yo, and that's another thing, like I was talking about the other day. Like you'll get gaslit with gospel music. All right, I've been gaslit with gospel music, but we're gonna get to that. But just to keep on subject, after they started seeing me talk to that girl or whatever, they would start to gaslight me. They would start to play music that had to do with me and my life situation. Like they knew I had just moved from halfway across the country to a new state. So they're playing music like depressing music, music that about people being alone, music about people traveling and not having nobody. Like just it just like songs that have to do with your life. You know how there's music that relates to you and you put it on when you're going through something personal. All right, maybe you might put on a gospel song, maybe you might put on some Eminem, or maybe when you know you feel like you want to go out and hurt them narcissists or them energy vampires, you might put on something to that might help you get some aggression out, or maybe you put on some music to work out or some reading music. There's always a music theme behind the song where you could find how you could make it relate or correlate to your life experience or what you're going through. So people will use music as a weapon diabolically. All right, people will use music as a weapon to try to get into your head and make you feel bad about your situation. Music can change how you feel. All right, music can uplift you. All right, you got happy songs that make you feel good. You got sad songs that, if you're a happy person, they could make you feel sad. And empaths are prone to energy. So they know, if they know, they can sense that, how, because they watch you, right? They watch you so close when you're working at these types of places, or if they've seen you enough. And I mean, and this is just for this particular case. We're gonna get to some other ones, but for this particular case, they worked around me enough. They saw how they affected me enough. They saw, like, the first day I worked there, dude called me weird. I should have handled that a different way. I should have called him out on that immediately, or quit that day, or immediately said something, because he was the manager. And like, this is why you have to put God first, and this is how you know you're not putting God first. If people can say something to you and you're afraid or in fear because of the situation, well, I need this job, I better not say nothing. Well, I gotta pay my rent, I better not say nothing. Well, I need this place to live, I need this ride, I need. Scratch all that. God will provide. If we have to go without for a little bit, hey, we might just have to. Jesus was, he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. All right, Job went through all that he went through, and then God helped him. Sometimes you got to go without, and sometimes it's all because it's just a test. God wants to see if you're going to keep your faith, and if you're going to stay positive and go close to him, or if you're going to turn dark and go to the other side. All right, that's all God wants to see. So if you know you're trusting God, when you have faith, when you could just get up and leave something and just be like, you know what, to hell with it. Like, that's how you know you're operating in true faith. Don't ever, like, when the situation gets too bad, when things get too crazy making, when they start to gaslight you too much, to where it's too much pressure and you can't take it, just leave. All right, your health is more important. God will make a way for you. He will make a way for you. He will create a way for you. All right, God makes a way when there's no way. So don't feel imprisoned, don't feel enslaved, don't feel enchained, don't feel trapped. Just because you have to take care of yourself, and this may be the only opportunity you have to do that right now, immediately. But you can't sleep on God. All right, and that's why you have to educate yourself and ask. That's why you have to pray every day and ask God to make you aware and show you things that he wants you to see, because that way you'll be able to study up, you'll be able to learn certain things, and now you'll be able to prepare. Now you'll be able to see, okay, I'm being gaslit, this is what they're doing, I'm going to start looking for another job immediately. Doesn't matter if you just start working there for a week. When you start to notice how things are going to go, you have to use discernment and foresight. All right, so if you have to ask God for discernment and the proper mindset for foresight, so that way you can see things. That way you'll be able to see in advance, and you'll be 10 steps ahead of these dummies who aren't really dumb, but they're smart dumb. They use their smarts for dumb purposes, which push them further closer to the devil and further away from God. But they were gaslighting me with the music, and the music had something to do with my personal life. It would make me like sad and depressed, because they would have, I was alone and I didn't have nobody, and they were reinforcing that with the music that they were playing at that job. Like, they were playing, the songs would have to do with me and my life and what I'm going through, but nobody else was going through that. They all had family there. They were all talking to each other. They were all friends. They were all narcissists. All right, they were all energy vampires. All right, for majority of them, it was probably like maybe one or two good people there, but if it just felt like everybody was gaslighting me. It felt like I couldn't trust nobody. It felt like every conversation that I had would be held against me or used against me in some kind of way. So I didn't feel safe there. I didn't feel, I just didn't feel at home there. And it just felt like I had to watch my back, even when people were just walking up to me to speak and say hi and say hello. It felt like people were just in my face because they were like jealous of me and they were trying to like make me feel uncomfortable. And that's really all I got from working at that particular spot. But they were gaslighting me with the music, and like the songs they would play would have to do with what I was going through or what I was experiencing at the time. And it made me question my reality, right? And if I was to go to them and say like, hey, you guys are playing songs that are making me feel some type of way because you're gaslighting me with this, man, you know how wild and crazy that sounds? Like bro, that's a song. Nobody's doing that to you. Yes, they are. Other day, I get into an Uber ride and the Uber driver is playing music. Like he had a whole different song on, but he changed it up because you have to be careful of this. People people's perception of your life has nothing to do with your perception of your life. This man, I guess because he saw where I was staying at, where I'm living at, or what I'm currently going through, he puts on the most sad sounding music. Like he puts on like this like downtrodden. He puts on that song by Eminem, "Let's Trade Shoes." I'm like, bro, I'm not even feeling like that. Like, I feel good. I don't know what the hell they see, but I feel good. And it's like I could like as an empath, you could intuitively feel and tell what people are up to around you. This is why you don't have many friends, and this is why you stay away from people, because the first signs that you see that people are ungenuine and people are playing games and playing tricks on you, you're out. Like back in the day when you didn't know any better, when you weren't aware, you would be able to tell certain things. You would just be like, yo, you know what, this is weird, or that was weird, or something didn't feel right about that, or why did I have to experience that around them? Like you deep down inside, you knew, you just didn't know. You didn't know how to explain it. You didn't know what it was. You didn't know what they were doing. You knew they were doing something, but you just couldn't quite put your finger on it, and you could not tell. Things would happen to you like this all the time. All right, but you're now just becoming aware of it. And and I actually was like about to put on my headphones, but it's like, you know what? I'm only in the car for a little while. Like, don't even worry about stuff like that. Put your headphones on, ignore people. Don't think twice about certain things. All right, you can't be caught up in how other people feel when they're not treating you how they're supposed to. And that's why people take advantage of empaths. You're good, you're giving, but don't be good in giving to your own destruction. Don't care how people feel. Soon as somebody is doing something on purpose and you can feel that, you're right. You have intuition, you're right. It's just that so many people are acting weird. It's just like, yo, I can't be right all these times. But regardless of if you're not right, you got to start being okay with being wrong sometimes. As long as you're not hurting nobody, as long as you're not physically like causing anyone any problems, who cares about people's feelings? Who cares? You are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to be wrong sometimes. Man, I think this person's doing this. I'm gonna block them out and just ignore them. If you were wrong, oh well. Who cares? But majority of the time, what you be feeling, a lot, what you do feel is right. All right, it's just God letting you know, like, hey, this is what they're up to. You got the power, you got the choice from here. I gave you free will. It's up to you. What you gonna do from here? And other places, I've just been gaslit with music, like whatever you're going through or whatever you're doing or whatever people can see or whatever they can associate you with, if they're going to gaslight you, they will, and they'll use music to do it. Just like when you might be stalked or whatever, you might put on some songs and think that's going to do something. Like before, early in my journey, like a couple years ago, even even into last year, when I really got a hold of my power and my strength, I walk around playing that song by Maxwell. It always feels like somebody's. It always feels like somebody's watching me. Like that was going to do something. It always feels like one thing that happened when we were out. the people at the store we were at are all up in my business, and they're playing this song, "I'm Your Dad." That song, like, there's this song called "I'm Your Dad," and it goes like that. And I'm sitting there ringing my stuff up as he's standing next to me, you know. But anyway, I could go on and on about that, but I just don't want to. That's not what this video is about. All right, I've already talked about that. Don't need to get into that into this video. But the people at the store were playing that song, and like they got a whole bunch of other songs that they played. And once that one came on, I'm like, yo, I know these people are gaslighting me with this music. They see that I'm in a situation that I would not want to be in, because people know. They know when you're happy. They know when you're sad. They know when you're not feeling good. They know when you're going through something. They know, because if you are anyone that I've ever described in any of my videos, you know, you felt it. You know that they're watching you, and they're always monitoring everything you do. So it's not too far-fetched to expect people of behavior like this. You know, other people will look at you like you're losing it or you're looking too deep into it, but you're aware of it though, and you recognize it though. How come you just keep recognizing all these things? You can't possibly be recognizing all these things. It's like somebody showing you an I Spy book, and you finding everything in the book, and they're like, yo, you didn't find everything. You're like, yo, what you mean? I circled all this stuff. I found it. I pointed it out. They're like, nah, you didn't. It's just, there are people who are enablers. Everybody who you try to explain your gaslighting story to, just because they're not gaslighting you or stalking you or whatever, doesn't mean that they don't behave like that. So you'll have some people in your life that are trying to hide their true behavior. And when you have conversations with them, they're not going to agree with you. They're not going to okay you. They're not going to validate what you're saying. They're only going to make you out to be crazy, just like Keke Palmer in that situation. Now, I think I might do some videos on that if everybody don't beat it to death. But Keke Palmer, they be beating them stories to death. All right. Keke Palmer and her mom was verbally abusing and mentally abusing that dude that she's claiming just put hands on her or whatever. But there's audio of her saying that she put hands on him because he made her mad. He made her feel some type of way. Fellas, you better watch out. you better get that girl from the Most High God, fellas. She better be, they better be of the Most High God, fellas, because if not, they're going to be of the Most High fraud, okay? The devil, all right? That's demonic, man. Her mom talking about she raised a sissy. He's just like, okay. Like, yo, and there are women that will, if you don't fight them back or put hands on them, they'll call you a punk. But the most dudes that fight women got a lot of emotional issues. All right, you're not supposed to let no woman put her hands on you or anything like that. Like, anything past like a little bite or a little scratch or whatever, you just throw somebody across the room and then that's the end of it. Slam somebody against the wall, put your hand around their neck, then got to get physical. It's a female. I mean, unless you got one of them thick bras, you know what I'm saying, one of them thickies, you might have to throw on some gloves with that joint. She might be Vander Holyfield tribe, you know, solid head, solid neck, you know what I'm saying? You liked her because the thickness, but now you gotta fight on your hands. You know what I'm saying? So always get your girl from the Lord. Always get you a nice, sweet, loving, tender, young, beautiful, nice thing. You know, maybe young, maybe mature. You know, whatever. It's what you like. All right. You know, we don't no age discrimination here. You know, whatever you like. All right. I was listening to PYT earlier because I was talking about that song. But it could be a PMT, pretty mature thing, you know, whatever you into. Just make sure it's of the Most High, because you don't want to die, all right, behind a problem or negativity. Like, look at all that stuff he got to deal with now, all because he thought it was all right. Man, you can't be thinking people are all right. You got to ask God. You got to ask him to show you how to test them, ask you to show you if they're right to be in your life or not. I done asked God. I'm like, yo, God, show me if this person is meant to be in my life. And then when you see them red flags, you can't ignore them just because you want somebody, just because you need somebody. But back to the topic at hand. People gaslight. And it's just like they will, just like the reason why I brought up Keke Palmer is because she was like, she was going in on that dude. She said that he was crazy. She said his brain was broken. She said he needed some type of mental help. Bro, I done heard that situation with toxic, narcissistic family members. You got to protect your energy in whatever ways you have to do that. You got to do that. And that's with any toxic people. It doesn't matter if it's a toxic place. It doesn't matter if it's a toxic store. It doesn't matter if it's a toxic town. You got to protect your energy because they're trying to manipulate you in a way that will destroy your mental health. And if you know anything about this channel, mental health comes first, y'all, before everything. Because God will provide. Mental health comes first. God will provide you whatever you need. Love in your life, sustenance, food, shelter. God will provide it all. So stop feeling like, oh, I need. What you need to do is put your faith and trust in the Lord before things go bad. So that way, when things do go left, you always have the mindset to make them go right. But that is just a small experience of gaslighting. All right, these people will use whatever they can. They're creative in all the wrong ways. That's why I say they have stupid smarts. Like, they got that much creativity to try to get into somebody's head. They could start a business. They could help some people. They could create some income with all that energy and all that power, but they rather waste it being negative, being ruthless, and trying to get into somebody's mind because they need control and they use manipulation to get that control. They're real weak-minded individuals. All right, so that was just a little video for you guys. Just wanted to touch on that subject right there. So anybody experiencing that, you're not just experiencing things that you think you're experiencing. You're not just thinking things. That's what I wanted to say. You're not just thinking things. They'll use whatever they can try to do to get into your mind. All right. And it's all sick, twisted game for them. It's all fun for them. They get enjoyment out of this stuff. They get their jollies off. They get to, smoke their little cigarette, get their little supply high, And it's like, they will, like, they wait to see like the look on your face and stuff like that. Real vain, low vibrational stuff. Instead of seeing somebody be happy and being supportive of people and wanting to see people win and seeing the joy in people, they want to see the sadness come out of you. They want to see you depressed. And it's like, that's why they want control of your mind. They want to stop you from feeling good. They want to stop you from enjoying your life. So we all know we're not going to let them do that. And now you are aware of some of the tactics people will use while gaslighting you. This could happen at work. This could happen at home. This could happen anywhere. People could be using things to get into your head, saying things. And this doesn't even have to do with music. This is the same thing as people projecting their voice loudly, talking to you, but indirectly speaking to you and about you. This is the same thing as that. All right, so anybody what the hell is Drew talking about? Anybody that doesn't understand what I'm talking about is just like that. You ever walk past somebody that was just chilling somewhere and they're saying something that has to do with you, directly about you, but not to you? When I was staying at the last place and I just got out there and I was going through the early stages of the betrayal that I went through, this dude is out there talking about well, you shouldn't have came out here if you ain't had no effing place to go. And then I turned around, I walked past him, but I'm like, something pulled me back. I'm like, yo, bruh. I'm like, yo, what's up with that? I'm like, he's like, oh, no, I was on the phone. I'm talking to like like that joke people be doing. Like now I look at it, that's all it was. He tried to get that off in the form of that joke that people do. Like they're dumb, man. Like, that thing that people will do on their phone. They be like, oh, your girl got a fat butt. Oh no, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. That type of stuff. Like, man, like, bro, yo, man, that was not a good day, man. And it's like, I had to calm myself down. I'm like, yo, it's not even worth it, man. I'm like, it's not even worth it. And at that point, I was aware, oh, there go that skunk again, or somebody powwowing. There was that voice inside of me that's like, man, that ain't nothing but the devil using him, trying to get me into a worse situation than I'm already in. And I'm not gonna let that happen. And you don't let that happen either. All right, because they will get you upset when you get back to your home or when you get back to your place, you'll get in your room and you'll be in your head and thinking about what they did, and it's a potential for you to be upset. Don't nobody want people playing with them, but they love playing with people. So you have to pray. You gotta get yourself back into good spirits. You gotta meditate. You gotta release the negative energy like you always do. Release the negative energy. Release the people. All right. Forgive them for release the situation. Release the place. All right. And whatever type of energy, whatever type of frustration or anger you have towards that, turn that into positive energy by giving it to God and realizing that you can put that same amount of power that you're giving the thing that's making you frustrated into giving that to God, so that way you can have strength and peace and deliverance. All right. You don't have to be mad. You don't have to be aggravated by what these people are doing. Yes, what they're doing makes you angry, but you don't have to stay mad. You don't have to stay angry. Some point, at some point, you'll get to the point where you feel the anger and you just let it go. You just release it. Like, you'll feel it, but you're not going to allow it to bother you or to destroy you like you have in the past. They're very destructive and they want to use their negative energy to destroy people. Whatever you, if you get mad, they'll come at you that way. If you get if you have whatever issue, that's why they watch people like that, because they have emotional cognitive ability. They can watch people and see what people don't like, and then they keep doing that, and then they keep implementing that strategy. All they're doing is trying to find out what you don't like and keep doing that to try to get in your head and break you down mentally. You have to not let that happen. Okay, they're trying to break me down mentally. God, give me the strength. God is more powerful than these people. Once you start tapping into God and paying more attention to God and less attention to what they're doing, you've won. But that's the thing. They gotta put music on. They gotta yell and shout. They gotta put themselves in a way so you see them. They gotta make sure that you hear them. Make sure you notice them. They gotta do all these things to try to get to you. That's how powerful you are. You're so powerful and so strong. You make them you make them change the whole playlist. You make them change the whole playlist. You shift the energy when you walk into a room. People get mad, people get jealous, their little insecurities and inferiorities start popping up, and they can't deal with it. They don't do that self-work. So you already know what happens when they do that self-work. They look for targets. And they look for targets to project and deflect. All right. So this has been another DrewTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. All right. Don't nobody stop enjoying music now. Don't get upset don't get upset just because people playing music now. You're putting that song on the, all right. No, don't go do that to nobody. All right. We stay calm and we handle this with class. Okay. Yes, we know what they're doing. It's not good, but we're choosing to get over it. We're choosing to overcome it. We're not choosing to be victims. We're not choosing to be suppressed. We're not choosing to be depressed. All right. We're not choosing to be oppressed. We're not choosing to be any pressed. All right. We're pressing. Only pressing that's happening is us pressing forward toward the mark and forgetting those things that are behind. All right. And reaching forth to those things that are ahead. All right. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button. Shout out to the GCVs. Salute to the Galactic family. Salute to Drew Nation. I'll see everybody in the next video. Peace, love, and light.